Hello, welcome to the Inspiring You Show. So, my friends, by tuning in today, you're going to begin to understand how to align your frequency to abundance. So, I'm Henry, your energy guide and host, and together we're embarking on a transformative journey to attract a life that surpasses even your wildest dreams, harnessing your own divine power. So, let's dive in and start manifesting miracles right now, my friends, because the cosmic energies that have been coming in is here to support us, and manifesting can happen at a lot faster rate now more than ever. So today's topic might just revolutionize your understanding of yourself and your life, revealing what's holding you back from manifesting your deepest desires. So, my friends, imagine if I told you that everything you believe about yourself, your limitations, your reality might actually be an illusion, a narrative crafted by a system designed to keep you small. So, today we're diving into a transformative exploration that could shift your perspective on yourself, your life, and the barriers that are maybe holding you back from realizing your dreams. So, with that, what if I told you that everything you believe about your limitations is a mere illusion, a construct designed to possibly keep you confined? Yes, my friends, there is something that is called a matrix, where it has other names as well, but for this, we'll just say matrix, an intricate illusion crafted to possibly mold you, limit you, and obscure your true power as the creator that you inherently are. And remember, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. There is an isness. There is an isness to this business. And we are here to learn, grow, and evolve. And so at one point, there was a beneficial experience that everyone decided that they wanted to have here on earth. But then at some point, that experience was complete, but we're still caught in it. And so there's a lot of clearing work that is being done now. And sometimes you may hear there's other words that it might go by, old earth, if you will. It also might be, you hear patriarchy clearing. So for this, we're just going to say false matrix, but know that there can be other names for it as well. And again, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. We're here to learn, grow, and evolve. And these experiences were called in to support us for the highest good. And then at some point, it was then called in terms of now there's a shifting, which we are all in terms of a huge levels of clearings that are happening. So there has been this whole setup out there, a false matrix that may have shaped, molded, and limited you from recognizing your true power as the creator that you are. But here's the amazing news. Once you see the matrix for what it truly is, you can break free and then begin creating the life you were really meant to manifest, the divine design that is yours. And so, with that, then you just want to think about it in all aspects. And one of them is you have made soul contracts with everyone in your life. And you told yourself that on earth, you would remember your true light essence. However, we come in though, and we can be in that aspect of forgetting. And so that is, if you will, there's an energy field on earth that is designed or was created at a certain point to convince you of possible falsehoods. And again, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. There's an isness. And now in this isness, we're being called to do clearings to allow new shifts to happen. So that way that new ways of being can be brought in. But in terms of this old earth, if you will, the matrix, the old matrix, this field though would have guided you to create narratives for those in power, not for your own true potential. And so that's where, though, were you realizing how much power you actually hold and the true creator that you are, that's where that really comes in. So don't worry, because your guides, your angels, your higher self souls have all been supporting you. And if you're listening here now, they're supporting you and whispering through this show, hoping to guide you to connect to your authentic self, your true self, your higher self soul. So now really is an incredible time to explore how this false matrix may be operating, how your brain can act as a double agent, and how your energy centers and chakras can play into all of this. So let's start by examining the brain. The brain is amazing. It is a powerful tool that really can both support us, but also, though, friends, it can really also sabotage us. So, the brain's primary function is to keep us safe, but it can also harbor fear, trauma, limiting beliefs, particularly in the amygdala, this tiny part of the brain that processes emotions and triggers fear, anxiety, and other responses that can keep us stuck. And remember, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. This is an illness. And the more that you understand how your human works, the more that you're going to be able to become connect even more so to your freedom, because you are multidimensional. But a big part of this is understanding how not only your human works, but also how your multidimensional experience also works. I know sometimes it's really fun to just want to talk about the spiritual aspects and the experiences, and how what it's like when you've done a meditation or you're on a walk somewhere or something happens and you have this incredible spiritual experience, and it's just so like amazing how the awakening happenings and the enlightenment that may have come in with it, or what it's like to talk to your guides, and it just feels so incredible. But we're having this human experience, and so we can't bypass the human, and the human is part of this multidimensional experience. And so it's really important to understand how the human is operating on this, and then also the signs and signals that your human is giving you that you also want to pay attention to, and then the tools to use to support yourself. So understanding and rewiring your brain is so important. Retraining the brain, my friends. So, the amazing thing is, thanks to neuroplasticity, you can rewire your brain, retrain the brain. You can train it to move from a place of fear to one of creativity, love, and abundance. And this means you can reprogram your mind to support your goals rather than hinder them. They support your dreams rather than hinder them. It's like transforming, if you will. I said a double agent earlier. It's like transforming a double agent into a loyal ally, if you will. And so you really want to use your brain to support you, but knowing that no matter what's going on with your brain, it's trying its best to help you. And that's where you have to bring awareness to what's really going on with my brain, and how do I support it at its being its best. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. And one of the ways that I do is journaling, reflection work, mindfulness work, to really understand what possible stories being created. And then once I understand the story, then I understand what possibly needs to be cleared. And then I use, for my modalities, I use a lot of different modalities, all different types of meditation. I also do Reiki and Dowsing Energy Healing work. And in Dowsing Energy work, energy is measurable. And so with Dowsing Energy work, I use a pendulum also to measure things. And one of the things for abundance and prosperity, the business frequency and the prosperity frequency is an 8. That's ideal number. And so if you are lower or higher than an 8, then you might have some sort of blockage to your abundance and prosperity, or even to your business. And so also with dowsing, you can also measure the numbers in terms of financial support, like what is the percentage of energy flow to your financial support, or your abundance support, your prosperity support. You can also measure, trust in financial flow in percentages as well. And obviously, if you have a low trust in financial flow, then you want to investigate, because a low trust in financial flow might mean, you might have a mistrust in terms of the relationship and the reality of being here on earth, that you're not safe to be in abundance and prosperity and financial flow. And that could be from present life, or it could be something from past lives. Maybe in a past life, you experienced something that you were really, really wealthy, but then all of a sudden something happened and it was a very traumatic experience where you lost everything. And so now you're keeping yourself afloat with just enough. So that way you're not in a disappointed experience, or you might not trust the reality of abundance and prosperity. And it could be because something was taken away from you in a past life. And that's why you want to look at the multidimensional aspect of it, present life, past lives, also maternal and paternal lineages. Was there anything handed down in the lineages through the DNA in regard to poverty minded, or is there any oppression, repression, suppression, depression? What is the relationship with money, abundance, prosperity, financial flow? And you want to also do the work there and check in. And then also in regard to the relationship with money, doing how do you feel when you think about the money? How do you feel, in the many elements of it? And once you do the investigation and you understand it, then I would suggest doing energy clearing, because you want to do the energy clearing from this present life, previous lives, penalized past lives, and then also all the bodies too. And that includes also the chakras, meridians, nadis, and do a full clearing on that. And then you do a calling in of, asking to bring to the ideal business prosperity frequency to an 8, as well as bringing in and upping the levels for financial flow, trust in financial flow, and stabilizing in the abundance frequency as well for the highest good. So that's what I would suggest if you do energy work, specifically dowsing energy work that can support you. But then in terms of the investigation, here are some journaling questions and exercises that may support you. So identifying limiting beliefs, because again, whatever story narrative the subconscious is maybe running, you want to bring that to the conscious to understand, so that way you can have a clearing out of the neural pathways in the brain, because you want to be able to rewire and retrain the brain. Because what happens is, if you ever go hiking and you're hiking down a trail that has been really just hiked a lot and it's really well worn, that is what it's like in your brain in terms of these neural pathways, where it might be so easy to go down that pathway. But what we want to do is clear that pathway and go down a new pathway. But that means that pathway may not be as well worn yet, because it's a new path. It's a new path. And that's why you want to retrain your brain. And that's where like affirmations come in, and catching yourself from having, if there's any thoughts that are coming in, catching them. And that's where the mindfulness comes in, catching yourself. And then I would say use affirmations. So as soon as you notice a thought, then use an affirmation and say it 10 times. So that way you can create new neural pathways. All right. So here are some journaling questions and to support you to identify limiting beliefs. So you want to write these down. Maybe you can pause this, write this down. What beliefs have I held about myself and my potential that may not be supporting me? What beliefs have I held about myself and my potential that may not be supporting me? Have these beliefs shaped my life and decisions? Have these beliefs shaped my life and decisions? What reoccurring fears or anxieties do I notice? What reoccurring fears or anxieties do I notice? So this could be even where, like I've called this for years, going around the mulberry bush, where I'll all of a sudden be like, wait, I'm in like a similar experience than I was last year. And I'll notice the mulberry bush will be smaller, but it's very similar pattern. And I'm like, oh, and that's where you're in something that's reoccurring. And so it might not be that you can name the recurring fears or anxieties, but you might be able to notice the recurring theme of the storyline. And then from there, you might be able to put the emotions and the connection to the emotions on them. So whatever storyline that comes to mind that you are in a repetition of, then notice as soon as you call up that story, is there any kind of fear or anxiety? Where do you feel it in your body? And then the next question would be, once you've identified the storyline or recurring fears or anxiety that you notice, where do they originate from? Obviously, part of it is in your body. Where are they in your body? But then also, where do they originate from? Are they in this present life? Is it something from family, culture? Is there anything from society, collective aspect? Is it from past lives? Is it also from maternal, paternal lineages? Is it from your ancestral energy field? Where does it originate from? And if you are somebody who's in my Patreon, my Inspiring You Patreon, in the Meditate with Me in All Access levels, we did a class called Clearing Trapped Emotions, where you learned how to muscle test. I would say use muscle testing in this, or if you are somebody who's also gone through the dowsing program with me, or you do dowsing, I would actually recommend doing dowsing because it's just faster and I find it faster and more efficient. But you can either do muscle testing or dowsing. And what you can ask is, you know, where does it originate from? Present life? Yes or no? And then does it originate from, maternal lineages? Yes or no? Is it maternal? Is it paternal? Does it originate from past lives? Is it cultural? Is it collective? If you do dowsing, you can then ask for percentages. What is the percentage from, past lives? What is the percentage from ancestry? What is the percentage in this now present moment, in this present life? What is the percentage from also collective or cultural society? Because what can happen is, as you're moving through this experience, like in your present life, even though it might be affecting you, the energy might be smaller from the present life, but the hold from the past life might be so much stronger, and then it's combined with your ancestry, so then it makes it even a tighter hold of a pattern that could then be hijacking your experience in this present life, because it's energy that hasn't been cleared, and it's, it could become stagnant, it could block, and it also then might be connecting into this old earth aspect of the matrix that we're talking about, because it's connecting in with these different beliefs. And so that's why doing this kind of, investigation work can be really powerful work, because you're bringing attention to it. And once you bring attention to it, then the possibility of the clearing can happen. Also, then within this, just making sure to bring compassion as you're moving through it, and loving kindness, because you might be exploring trauma, and in the trauma, then the healing. So, what past experiences or trauma continue to impact my current mindset? And that's where you just have to be delicate with yourself. And if you need to do this with a practitioner, a therapist, please do. Please take care of your human. And then, once you've kind of investigated and like what past experiences or traumas continue to impact my current mindset, what tools can I use to support myself? Then the next questions are like, how can I begin to heal from these experiences? And there's many, many different modalities. I've mentioned, more than a few that I use. Whatever calls to you and whatever is working for you, my friend, please keep doing it. I just want you to connect and activate to your self healer and find your healing. I will, yes, do I have classes that I teach? Yes. Do I have programs that I offer? Absolutely. But I'm never going to be one of those people that says like what I'm doing is, the one all be all, because there's a lot of different modalities here. And also, you just need different things depending on what you come up with in terms of your investigation. And the most important part is you really connecting into your higher self soul and understanding that you have the wisdom within you. So, how can I begin to heal from these experiences? And then the next question would be, when you're ready and you've done the clearing work and you've called in the shift, what steps can I take to forgive myself and others involved in these experiences? So, this is a big part of it, my friends, really letting yourself come into forgiveness, because part of the completion work in terms of the healing, it's forgiving yourself and others, and then letting yourself complete the storyline, and then shifting to a new chapter, a new storyline. But if there's unresolved emotions and if there's something that's not forgiven, then it's like a live wire. At some point it will come back alive and the energy will still be there. And that's why forgiveness, and it doesn't mean that you're going to forget. Doesn't mean that you're going to forget. It just means coming into forgiveness and for yourself and others to allow yourself to shift and go into a new chapter, a new way of being, new neural pathways for your brain. So that way you're not going down the same neural pathways and the same storylines that then is maybe affecting you from what you truly want to manifest and desire. And then that leads us into manifesting your desires. So the question would be then, what are my deepest desires and dreams that I've been hesitant to pursue? So if you have been in my Inspiring You Patreon during the July, August, during the Olympics, the Summer Olympics for Paris 2024, we did Olympic sized goals and dreams. And we actually did 17 days of it, where it was about Olympic sized goals and dreams, doing meditations and clearing work, anything blocking the goals and the dreams, and really getting into Olympic sized goals and dreams. Because sometimes I find in working with people that they haven't really made new goals and dreams since they were kids. And they've just been living this adult life that I graduated from college, maybe, or maybe I graduated from whenever you graduate, maybe high school, school, or whatever you decided, how you decided to go about your life. And I had these dreams. And then now I'm in the adult world and there hasn't been any creation of new desires or dreams, or they've been hesitant to pursue or even want to dream. So, really taking time to, what are your deepest desires? What are your dreams? And let yourself really, have a moment of writing it down. What do you want to create? And if there's any hesitancy to pursue them, that's where you want to clear any fear, anxiety, and anything else, that any limited beliefs about, if there's any hesitancy to pursue it. And then another question in terms of manifesting your dreams would be, how would my life look if I were to truly and fully embrace these desires? How would my life look if I were to truly, fully embrace these desires? And that's where you, as an empowered creator, what does it feel like? And letting yourself imagine, visualize, sense, or be in knowingness of what it's like to be in your dreams, manifesting in the physical reality. And then after that would be, what small, actionable, inspiring steps can I take today to start manifesting these dreams and desires in co creation with the universe? And sometimes, my friends, we are called to rest, where the universe is working on things behind the scenes, and we've set our intentions and our goals, and we are being called to rest. But then all of a sudden, we might be getting some little nudges for inspiring, actionable steps to take to be in the process of the co-creation of coming into the physical world of manifesting these desires, because we live in a physical world. And so if you're not taking any kind of eventually taking any kind of inspiring steps, you're not fully working in co-creation with the universe in regard to manifestation. You are here in the physical realm. It's about physical reality as well. And so at some point, you have to let yourself also take some inspiring steps. And so, I'll give you an example in my own life. For some years, I kept saying, I feel like I'm being called to do a podcast, and yet I wasn't setting up the podcast. So even though I'm getting the information from the guides, from the universe that's supporting me, y'all, if I didn't actually set it up in the physical world, it's can't it can only the universe can only help you so far. So you have to also be willing to help yourself out as part of the co-creating team with the universe. So what small, inspiring, actionable steps if you're being called to take steps? Because sometimes, we are also just in relaxation in terms of resting because things are happening behind the scenes. Okay. Also, throughout this experience, one of the things that you want to look at as you're kind of doing this work, seeing if you feel any sensations in your body, specifically if you feel your chakras, which is also called your energy centers, if they feel blocked or out of balance, you want to check in, because if your lower chakras are out of balance, Even if your upper chakras are out of balance, it is really hard to then manifest in the physical reality if your chakras are imbalanced, specifically your lower chakras, because no matter how much no matter how much you're wanting to manifest, if your root chakra or, even like if your feet have chakras as well, if there's blocks on your connection to earth in terms of your grounding, then your ability to manifest might not be you might not be fully open to receiving the manifestation in the physical world because you have lower chakras that are imbalanced that are connected into the physical world. So that's where then taking time to see what's going on in your chakra system and then you know using whatever tools call to you. It could be yoga, it could be nature walks, it could be meditation, energy work to clear these blockages and enhance your energy flow. It could also be in regard to going in water. Water is very clearing and grounding, specifically the ocean. The ocean is super, super powerful in terms of clearing, grounding, realigning because of that salt water. That can be really beneficial. Just make sure to obviously always be safe in the water. But just see what calls to you. Nature is very powerful as well. And especially because Mother Earth, nature knows how to rebalance. So let yourself see what you need and then just practice. What practices can you incorporate into your daily routine to maintain balanced energy? Especially right now, y'all, the cosmic energy has been coming in these last couple of months have been strong. And so all this cosmic light is obviously here to support us for the highest good, to clear out dense energy. But as these ascension waves have been coming in, they can really pummel you if you're not keeping up on your daily clearing work, regrounding, realigning, rebalancing, and letting yourself shift. So use your tools, my friends, whatever they look to you. I have a ton of offerings on my Inspiring You podcast, my Inspiring You show in terms of energy, meditations, resources, my Inspiring You Patreon. There are various levels that are extremely affordable. There is mindfulness, Reiki energy meditations. There are dowsing ones that include Reiki as well. But again, my way does not have to be your way. See what works for you. I just want you to be in your best, to be able to feel in your best, and also to be able to be the empowered creator manifester that you are. So, here are some practical tools and support and advice. If you can, daily meditation. Start each day with a short meditation to ground yourself, align your energy with your goals and dreams. Use guided meditations focusing on abundance, healing, manifestation. Affirmations can really support you retraining that brain in terms of the neural pathways. So, create a set of affirmations that resonate with your goals and dreams, your intentions. Repeat them daily to reprogram your subconscious mind and align with your desired reality. Also, let yourself be in patience with this because sometimes divine timing, you might want something right away, but the divine timing might not be for like 3 months or whenever is the highest good. So understand that as well. So also visualization exercises, regularly visualizing your desired outcome in as much like energetic connection detail. You don't want to get so focused on the detail that you're not open to more because sometimes people don't realize that the universe has the has the view, and so what the universe sees might be something that you can't see yet. So you want to also be open to the possibility of letting yourself receive even more for the highest good. And so you want to be excited in your visualization of letting yourself receive and feeling that connection and that detail, but not so locked into the detail that it could actually keep you from receiving even more. So also then with this, imagining that connection to that dream life and then feeling the emotions, the energies associated with it in terms of it coming into physical reality for the highest good, feeling that gratitude, that love, that excitement. Because what you really want to do when you're manifesting is, if you can, manifesting from the energy of love as opposed to manifesting from the energy of fear, which again, it's not right, wrong, good or bad, it's isness, but you can manifest from the energy of fear. And sometimes when we manifest from the energy of fear, when that manifestation comes in, people are then like, oh my God, it came in. Great. And then they're like, okay, moving on. They're not as excited as they thought they would be. And that's because when they manifested it, it might been out of a manifestation out of the energy of fear and lack, and not truly out of the energy of love. Because when you manifest something out of the energy of love, it feels completely different. Again, it's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's the isness. And what you need to recognize, no matter how you're manifesting, is like, wow, I'm an empowered creator. I did manifest this. This is amazing. And being gratitude of that, because gratitude practice really does matter. And that's what then, cultivating a daily gratitude practice supports shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have, enhancing your frequency of abundance. That is why gratitude is also so important, because gratitude can connect to enhancing your frequency of abundance. Also, I've already mentioned it, but energy work, explore practices like Reiki, Dowsing Energy Healing, chakra balancing, or even Tai Chi. There's so many other modalities. You could also be doing somatic experiencing, or even acupuncture. All this can help clear and align your energy centers. And then don't forget to do self-care rituals for the human, whatever that looks like for you, to nurture your physical, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual well-being. This could include activities like nature walk, creative expression. This could be knitting. This could also be journaling. This could also be walking your dog, or hanging out with your cats, or hanging out with any other animals that you caretake with, whatever it looks like for you. So with that, then bringing it all together, we've explored and we've talked a bit about the brain, the false matrix, our energy centers. Now it's really for you to take time to integrate these insights into actionable, inspiring steps when you are ready. Because sometimes we are called to process. Sometimes you have to process this and be like, maybe I need to listen to that again and process it. That's completely okay, because we don't want to shift into more doingness. We want to shift into beingness. And in the beingness, then we then are in contemplation of the calling of when we need to go into inspiring action. And there is a difference. So because then you're doing it from an awakened experience of mindfulness and presence, as opposed to autopilot. So my friends, just know then, begin when you're ready by then looking and seeing if there's any limited beliefs, and then challenging every limited belief, and then seeing if there's any kind of wounds that are being called to be healed, because healing the wounds can really support you. So by looking at the limited beliefs, healing the wounds that may have been holding you back. And remember, in terms of holding you back, we're here to learn, grow, and evolve. So the more you can bring compassion into the experience, and just know it was something for you to recognize, and then let yourself then evolve. And with that, you then can support yourself in clearing, aligning your energy with your authentic self, and then opening yourself up to let yourself receive the limitless possibilities of the quantum field. And I also say too, one of the things that you want to look at too is, especially if you do dusting energy work, working with a pendulum, you want to see if you're in balance with your giving and receiving, or if you're actually giving too much and your receiving is shut down. And then you want to look at your masculine and your feminine sides to see if there's a balance between your masculine and feminine. And if not, once you have the information, ask to rebalance your masculine and feminine, and then ask to rebalance your giving and receiving. So if you do dowsing, you can do that way. If you don't do dowsing, you can also muscle test to see too, or maybe you are just getting clairvoyance information, yes or no, psychic information. You could also be doing that. You could be doing automatic writing and getting the information. There's a lot of ways to get information. But just no matter what, my friends, just grab your journal, start writing, start downloading the information, identify the beliefs that may have kept you stuck, explore traumas that are needing healing, making sure that if you do need support for practitioners, there's a ton of trauma practitioners out there that can really help you in terms of healing and help you with tools. And then also clarifying your deepest desires, your dreams, your intentions. Use meditation, energy healing. Visualize to align your energy with your goals, your dreams. And remember, you are an empowered creator. You have the power to transform your life, and the universe is here to support you. The possibilities are endless when you break free from limiting beliefs and realign with your true light essence. So, with that, my friends, let yourself get started. Embrace this journey of self discovery and manifestation, and just know that the universe is ready to respond to your awakened energy, my friends. And with that, my friends, much, much love. Until soon. I also would love to hear from you. Please comment, please share, please, if you can, like, subscribe. That would be really helpful. But I would just love to hear you too on your journeys, what you find out. If you do an investigation, my friends, let yourself, if you feel called to share, I would